Kia ora, this is Arun Jacob, your friendly and frank licensed New Zealand immigration advisor as well as education advisor. As every week, coming live from the city of Hamilton here in beautiful New Zealand. Ketepe hia koto, which means how are all of you in this beautiful language called Te Reo Maori, which is one of the official language here in New Zealand, or Aotearoa, which is the Maori name for New Zealand. In New Zealand, we have three official languages. The first one is English, the second one is Maori, and then we also have the New Zealand Sign Language, which is also an official language here in New Zealand. So, which means that if somebody is, uh, you know, uh, wanting to respond to an official document or an official communication, you can do it in any one of these three languages, which is English, Maori, and the New Zealand Sign Language. And yeah, that's what makes us very unique here in New Zealand because it's this country is built on a very strong bicultural platform of the original people of the land called the Maori, who are referred to as the Tangata Whenua, or the original people of the land. And then, of course, there was the European settlement that came in later, and then there was a good synthesis that occurred of the European and the Maori cultures and histories, and then gradually the country kept moving forward. And yeah, I mean, as it kept moving forward, it realized that it also requires a lot of skilled migrants. So there was an active skilled migrant program that was introduced by the government of New Zealand, which led to a lot of people from different parts of the world to consider migrating to this amazingly beautiful country and make it their new home. So yeah, so I know there's a lot of people like myself. I'm originally from India, but I moved to New Zealand in 2001, and then I've over the next few years, I realized what a great destination it was, and I actively got involved in promoting New Zealand as a destination, and yeah, that's what my beautiful team and I we have been involved with for a very long time now. I'm called a licensed immigration advisor, and there on the wall is my license. This license was acquired by me after I completed a course in New Zealand, and that certificate there is the course that I had to undergo to learn about immigration law in New Zealand. And then, of course, after that, there were a few other checks and balances that the Immigration Advisors Authority of New Zealand does with each applicant, and then they give us something called the license to be a practitioner of immigration advice in New Zealand. Not just that license on the wall, but there's my wallet, and I also carry something called the wallet card, which is like a license that I always carry around with me wherever I'm going. And yeah, legally, I'm supposed to display this ability for me to be able to sit and talk about migration to New Zealand, because it is now the law that people cannot provide advice about migrating to New Zealand unless until you have the license, and which is why myself and a few of my team members we have studied towards it and worked towards it to get the licenses so that we can put this team together in a nice proper way and be able to provide good honest information and services to all you people from different parts of the world who want to consider coming to New Zealand. So, hey, look, that's what we've been doing for a while now, and I can see a lot of people have joined in already. Just talking about my awesome team, they keep supporting me during those live sessions on my Skype chat. And so, hey, guys, before we get started, and this feed is coming live on both Facebook on our page called AJV Global, as well as it's coming live on my YouTube channel called Arun Jacob. So please join in, ask your questions, but I request you to ask your questions on the Facebook page, because it's easy for me to kind of look at one screen rather than keep toggling, and I don't want to end up shutting down one tab where I'm actually going live. So that's the way it is. Talking about my wonderful team, we have a massive announcement to make. Yesterday, there was a new senior manager who started with us at AJV Services, and this lady's name is Tanua. Tanawa comes with 22 years of experience working as a manager with Immigration New Zealand. She was employed by Immigration New Zealand for 22 years as an immigration professional, and she was working in the Delhi branch of Immigration New Zealand, and she was also instrumental in working with the other branches of immigration in India. And so, a very warm welcome to her. And yeah, we are absolutely delighted to have her on the team because she brings in a wealth of knowledge and experience to what this team is already doing. And so, with her at the forefront of operations in India, so she is coming in as the country manager for India. So she and the rest of our wonderful team there will provide that frontline support to all you people who are considering coming to New Zealand. And at the moment, the majority of our clients are coming from India, and which is why we have a good solid presence in India. But what sets us apart and what the USP of AJV as a company is that we not only help you in your country of origin, but I think the most important thing we are doing is once you land here in New Zealand, we are absolutely picking up our relationship after you get into New Zealand, and we are walking with you through that journey and ensuring when you start as an inquiry, we're trying to walk with you throughout the journey of your eventual destination, which for most of you is to get a New Zealand PR or permanent residency. And so we are standing as your guides, as your advisors, as your friends and your mentors and your motivators on this entire journey. So if you guys and girls are serious about making a move to New Zealand and you want to get some proper good advice and make it happen the right way, we are the people to talk to AJV, and we will make it happen. All right, cool. Let's get started. As always, I have a bit of an opening spiel so that my team can share this live feed on all their Facebook profiles and get some more people into it. And I promised today before we started that I was going to start by answering a question from one of our prospective students at the moment called Kalpana Singh, who has written to me and said, "Hi, sir, I'm Kalpana, an AJV client working with Madhvi, who is one of my colleagues. I had attended one of your live sessions and asked if I chose a tech or management course. I have been working as a bid engineer for last 9 years in ICT industry. Honestly, my role is kind of mixed. I'm not into core technical area. My role is more of bringing more business, suggesting app ICT solutions to clients, etc. However, if it needs generic technical knowledge as well, I have checked with Veterinary College for PG diploma in ICT. Unfortunately, they are not providing the course for international students." And she goes on to say that she has received an admission for PG diploma in IT from the same college. Do you think the PG diploma in IT will help me to secure a job and then PR? I'm really tensed as I'm spending my lifetime savings for coming to New Zealand and hoping for a better tomorrow. Yeah, and I'm ready to work hard and achieve my dreams, but I want your valuable suggestions to choose my plan path. Kindly advise. All right, Kalpana, I think you had also asked me a question in my last session as well. And the fact of the matter is, you are a tech commercial person. You have a background in technology, but you have been doing more commercial sort of work. But it is all based on the technical background that you already have. And before I gave you an answer, I also did a little bit of research on what are the kind of requirements we have in the IT industry here in New Zealand. And interestingly, in our long-term skill shortage list, there is a particular position called ICT Customer Support Officer. And it goes on to be listed under the ICT category of the long-term skills shortage list. So, despite the fact that you're actually doing a commercial sort of a role at the moment, and that's probably where you're going to end up in future as well, the fact of the matter is you're still providing a technical solution. The fact of the matter is that you will not be able to sell your product or your service unless and until you're well versed with the technical side of your product or your service. So I can quite understand the confusion in your mind because you're actually kind of doing a sales job. And so you're wondering, am I a salesperson or am I a technical person, and am I choosing the right course? So my suggestion to you would be that please do not stop, think that you are not a technical person. You're definitely a technical salesperson. As against somebody who's selling that, for instance, or selling that, for instance, you're actually selling ICT solutions and services and products. So you're definitely a technical person. And that's the reason if you're able to come here to New Zealand and do a course on technology side of things, which is in the ICT. So you will not only brush up on your technical skills, but you would also be in future be able to pick up a job. Let's say you pick up a job as a ICT salesperson with an organization here in New Zealand, you would still be considered as a person in the ICT industry because, as I just told you, there is a particular position called ICT Customer Support Officer, which as your advisors here in New Zealand and the team of licensed advisors we have here in New Zealand, we will work with you. We will compile that case and present it to Immigration New Zealand in the right way, stating, yep, the lady appears to be doing a selling job, but the fact is that she's selling technical solutions and in the ICT industry, and that's the reason she would be definitely be a technical person. So my recommendation to you would be to choose a technical course in at the PG level. If you're coming for a PG course, you will also end up with a 3-year post-study work visa, which is brilliant. That's a long period of time. You'll be able to get into the job market, and we are always around you to help you with some help and assistance and some motivation. Share with you formats of CVs and cover letters and network you with some of our previous clients who are already in the IT industry. So all things put together, I think you'll end up being there. The other good thing about taking up a technical course for you will be the fact that who knows, the desire to become a programmer or a hands-on technical person might crop up in your heart again. So you will actually have both options. You can go on to become a tech commercial person, or you can become a purely technical person. And so I strongly think in your situation, it will make more sense for you to continue to take a PG course in IT with some elements of programming in it, because it's not Greek and Latin to you. It's something you've done in the past, and I'm sure your old memory in your brain will kick back in, and you will end up with it. So you'll actually have two arrows in your quiver that you can either end up becoming a full technical person in the IT industry, or you might go on to become a tech commercial person. So those are my suggestions to you. So I hope, like I promised you, Kalpana, I told you I was going to give a nice elaborate answer. I hope I have answered your question. So move forward with confidence. Continue to work with Madhvi, one of my colleagues, and she's a brilliant professional, and she will help you to see this whole thing through. But first and foremost, thank you so much for choosing to work with AJV. We're really, really honored to have young, smart people like you choose to work with a company like us, because as I keep saying all the time, all of you have a choice to pick anybody from A to Z, but you end up picking AJV. And for that, I thank you and also compliment you for choosing the best company to promote in New Zealand, the world right now. All right, cool. I can never stop showing off, guys. All right, cool. Okay, checking to see if any of my team has given me any. Okay, moving on to the next questions. There was a pretty long, drawn out, elaborate answer the first time around. Okay, Ankita Wanjari says, so please tell something about part-time jobs for IT in Invercargill. Ankita, you have not mentioned if you're working with AJV, so if you would be kind enough to suggest whether you are an AJV client or just asking for general information, I will definitely come back and answer your question. In the meantime, I will move on to the next question called Vivek Anandan, who says, hi, sir, I'm an AJV student. Thank you, Vivek. It's always an absolute pleasure to speak to my students. And that's the reason, Ankita, I was asking you to identify if you're also an AJV student, because it'll give me the right impetus to be able to answer your question in detail. Because, hey, look, guys and girls, watching this live broadcast right now, by and large, the sessions run by myself and my colleague Mary, who comes live on Fridays, are meant for AJV students and clients, and to interact with you guys on a one-on-one basis, because I'm sure a lot of you want to speak to me or to Mary, who are licensed advisors based in New Zealand. So, and you want that, frontline information from somebody living in New Zealand. So these sessions essentially are meant for our beautiful AJV clients, but quite a lot of other people do pop into the sessions, and we welcome all of you. And I hope you will go on to work with us and also become AJV clients. But it'll be awesome if you can identify and tell me if you're an AJV student, because that'll help me to kind of tailor my answers and ensure that for my students I'm giving the right answers as well. All right. So going on to Vivek Anandan, Vivek says, all right. says, I'm HAV student. I want to know whether studying graduate diploma in engineering in Auckland is advisable or not, as they give only 1 year of post-study work visa. Is it difficult to get PR then? Okay, so Vivek, ideally, if you're going for a graduate diploma in engineering, my recommendation would be to seek that course outside Auckland, because and if you do a graduate diploma in Auckland, you get just 1 year post-study work visa, as you rightly observed. But if you do it outside Auckland, you get a 2 year post-study work visa, and absolutely any day, for the same time, money, and effort investment, if you're going to get in return a 2 year post-study work visa, why not? So that's the simple answer. So my recommendation to you is work with my team. I also got some feedback, Vivek, from my team saying that your IELTS score was not up to the required mark, and because of which you're not able to get admitted into GD Engineering and Wintech, which is in Hamilton City. But the team is still looking at options for you in other cities of New Zealand as well. So I would strongly recommend that you look at a GD outside Auckland, because you'll get that extra 1 year of post-study work visa. And with that extra, 1 year of time on your hand, you can get out into the job market and get yourself a job. We are also around as your advisors here in New Zealand to help you to network and find some employment, and those kinds of support is provided by us. And yeah, once you find yourself a relevant job and you come up to the right salary level as well, I don't see any reason why you cannot go on and apply for your resident visa and eventually get your PR as well. So that would be my recommendation to you, Vivek. And hey, look, thanks for choosing HAV. Much appreciated. Okay, my team has just confirmed that Ankita Vanjari is not an AJV student and she is going to New Zealand to somebody else. Ankita, request you to check back with your agent for that support, because, like I told you, we are here for AJV clients, and we honestly are not a free information source or guide to non AJV students, because at the end of the day, we are not a charity, we are a business, and we are here primarily to serve our clients and our students. So all the best, Ankita, and I hope you do well. If you had come to New Zealand as an AJV student, we actually have very good contacts in Invercargill, and we could have hooked you up with our network of past clients and so on and so forth. But unfortunately, you're not our client, so which means we can't extend our support and the privileges we give to our students. So all the best, Ankita, and I hope you do well in the city where you're going. All right, cool. Bala Subramanian Muthuraman. What are good colleges for veterinary diplomas? Okay, I think it's a good question, and veterinary is a good subject to study in New Zealand, because we have a very strong agrarian background here in New Zealand, and our dairy industry is absolutely on top of the pile globally, and New Zealand's dairy products are considered to be absolute top quality, and there's a lot of export of dairy happening from New Zealand. So, which is the reason we have a lot of cattle, we have a lot of sheep and cows, and all various assorted animals are bred either for milk or for meat or for various other products. So it's a very good country to consider, Bala, for to studying a course in veterinary sciences. And obviously, the first name that comes to mind is the University of Massey University, rather, which is very good in veterinary sciences. But then Lincoln University in Christchurch is also a good choice to consider. So, what I would recommend is get in touch with our team, Bala. And once you get in touch with our team, we will put forward all these options in front of you. You can pick and choose, and why just a diploma? You might be able to look at something better than a diploma, depending on your background, everything else. So what I would recommend, Bala, is please get in touch with our team. Hey guys, and for the simplest way to get in touch with our team is that. All right. Yeah. So if you guys are based out of India, we have set up a toll-free number for people in India. If you're not in India, just send us an email to info@ajvglobal.com with your contact details, and we will pick it up from there. If you're already in New Zealand and you're looking at services for further visas, or you're already here and you are looking at trying to get your spouse or your kids into New Zealand, then you got to just call that number at the bottom, which belongs to Mary, my senior colleague, as well as a fellow licensed immigration advisor, and we can assist you. And you can call us here in New Zealand, even if you're not an AJV client, but if you're looking for further work visas or resident visas or any other kind of support towards your spouse and so on and so forth, please talk to us and we'll be able to help you out with that. All right, cool. Right, Drew and asks, Drew and asks, sir, I'm a law student about to complete my BBA LLB from Mumbai University. What advice would you give me for LLM or graduate diploma in law? Hey, look, Drew, good question, and I think it's a valid query as well because law is one of those areas which is obviously not spoken as much as, let's say, IT or business or veterinary sciences and food technology and so on and so forth. But the fact of the matter is that New Zealand has got a very, very well established legal system, and there are a lot of practitioners of law here in New Zealand. I'm sort of like a semi-legal person as well because of the fact that I actually studied immigration law in New Zealand, and now I carry a license which allows me to practice as a licensed immigration advisor. So technically, I come under the legal services as well. So yeah, absolutely good scope for people coming out of other countries to come and practice law in New Zealand. So since you're already doing a BBA LLB, we can put forward some options in front of you. I think the first name that comes to mind when I talk about law in New Zealand is Victoria University of Wellington, which has got an amazing law school. So we would absolutely be delighted to put some options in front of you, and you can take it from there and and discuss. And I've also made a video and put it up on my YouTube channel. So I would recommend you go to my YouTube channel. Just go to YouTube and type Arun Jacob New Zealand, and this face will come up somewhere, and you can search for a video of mine which says what is I think it says something like what is the scope of the legal profession in New Zealand, where I explain what are all the different opportunities that you could possibly look at after you complete a legal course in New Zealand. But the interesting thing in your case is because you have a BBA plus LLB, you might even consider doing something in business as well, because obviously law does restrict you a little bit because it's because especially because legal systems from different countries do not always match. So that's another thing you might want to consider. So because you have a BBA, you might even want to look at some options in business as well. But if law is where your heart is, I think that's what you need to go for. Thanks for sharing your number, and our team will get in touch with you. And please connect back with them. Hey guys and girls, when our team gets in touch with you, please do not hesitate to talk to them. Please do not get pressurized thinking, oh, if I speak to these people, now I'll have to take a decision and go to New Zealand. Absolutely not. We get hundreds and thousands of inquiries day in and day out, and we are absolutely delighted to give our honest, open information to each and every one of you. And what you do with that information is your decision. If you come back to us and say, hey, look, thank you so much for that information. I have decided to go to New Zealand, so I will now take your professional services. We'll be delighted to accept you as a client and take it to the next step. But if you say, hey, look, I'm not interested, that was just to gather some information, we'll say thank you very much, and please remain our friend, share our Facebook posts and share those live sessions. And that's all we require in return from you guys. All right. So do not shy away from speaking to an AJV advisor, because we sit here with a good, clean heart and good, clean minds to promote New Zealand ethically, morally, and responsibly. And that's all we will do, and provide you with the best information. What you do with it is your call. And if you do come back, we'll be delighted to have you as an AJB client. All right. Cool. Anjali Gera, hey, says, hey, Arun, I'm Raghav. Can you? Interesting. Hey, Arun, because the name does say Anjali Gera, and then says, hey, Arun, I'm Raghav. Can you please tell me the diploma in IT course from Toi Homa is good for career in New Zealand? All right. So, hey, Raghav, thanks for sharing your number. Same, our team will get in touch with you and talk to you about it. And like I told you, IT is in our long-term skill shortage list in New Zealand, and there's a reasonable amount of requirements for IT professionals in New Zealand. And that's the reason there is something called the long-term skill shortage list compiled by the government and displayed on the official immigration website of New Zealand. So absolutely, there is a stated demand, stated requirement for IT professionals in New Zealand. So Absolutely, Raghav. There is doing a diploma in IT in New Zealand is a good idea. I'm not sure why you're choosing a diploma. Is it because you do not have the required IELTS, or is it because you do not have the required pre-qualification to go into something higher? Because ideally, if you can go into something higher, the higher the course, the more opportunity for you to get a post-study work visa. And the longer you have a post-study work visa, it does make give you that extra amount of time to kind of find yourself a relevant job and move on into the residency kind of application mode. So yeah, I would say talk to our team and look at all the different options that we can put in front of you. Toyo Homoi, definitely a good institution. It's an institution owned and operated by the government of New Zealand. So no problems about the institution, and we would recommend it without a problem to all the people who come to us for advice. All right, so all the best, and do connect with our team, Raghav, and we would be delighted to work with you. Also, bear in mind we have a fantastic set of alumni and previous clients who have already done all this and moved into residency and longer term work visas. It would be absolutely great for us to connect all our new clients with our old clients and create those relationships and those networks. In fact, this week we are conducting a nice big get together for all our students and clients in Christchurch. So Mary, my senior colleague, and Virginia, who is also one of our customer service managers here in New Zealand. She's also an ex-immigration officer, by the way. So they are both flying into Christchurch to meet up with some of our students and clients who have, some of them have already gone on to residency, some of them just started. So we try to do all those little family get-togethers as well, and I'm hoping to be there as well. But so far, my plan is not, confirmed. But yeah, we do like to go to different places and network all you guys. So yeah, like I keep saying, if you guys have any sense of what is right for you, you gotta choose AJV, guys. All right, cool. Okay, and then moving on. Okay. Sandeep Sharma says, okay, Sandeep has not shared this number, so I'll just skip him and move on. Uh, Karan Sharma has shared his number and he just writes Immigration New Zealand. I don't know what you mean by that, Karan. You've got to elaborate your question. Um, Naveen K has shared his number and says, what are the job opportunities for someone who has masters in French, candidate with work visa? Okay, your question is not entirely clear to me, to be honest, Naveen, but your question seems to be, what are the job opportunities for someone who has masters in French? I would say I'm not very great, to be honest, because I have lived in New Zealand for a very long time, and I haven't come across a very large French component in New Zealand anyway. To be honest, there might be a few translation companies around who might require services, or there might be some schools in New Zealand who are teaching French and might require somebody to take up that role of teaching French. But overall, I haven't really found a great demand for with the kind of stuff that you're talking about, Navin. But have a chat with our team anyway, because I in these live sessions, of course, I'm in a live situation, so I'm not always able to do the right amount of research and give you the exact nitty gritties of your that particular professional. Also, I'm kind of giving a more generic overall kind of a picture. But you know what? Connect with our team. We will do some research to see if there is actually a scope. We might even check to see on Seek, which is our largest jobs website here in New Zealand, to see if there are any opportunities in your line. And if there is, we will put forward some ideas in front of you, and you might want to consider taking it up. All right. But offhand, I think not great prospects, to be honest. Okay. Hello, sir. I had a, all right. There's a question from Iram, but there is no number, so I'm going to skip that. Okay, there's a question from Madhuri who says, hi Arun, I'm an AJB student. I got my AIP last week. Fantastic, Madhuri. Congratulations. AIP, for those of you who don't understand the term, is approval in principle. That is the last but one step before you get your e-visa granted by Immigration New Zealand. So many congratulations, Madhuri. So you're just this close to coming to New Zealand now. All right. And she goes on to say, thanks to AJV and special thanks to my case officer Madhvi, who helped me throughout this process and clarified each and every question I had. I'm curious to meet you in New Zealand. All right. Thanks a ton. And I strongly recommend AJV who are willing to come to New Zealand. Hey, Madhuri, thank you so much. You really made my day and of that of my awesome team who are all listening into this live broadcast as well. So, yeah, it is because of people like you that we exist as a company. Because if we don't get clients and students like you to come and work with us, we don't have a business. So, the simple fact of the matter is that we exist because of all of you and your good wishes and your decision to work with us. For that, we will always be grateful, and I will absolutely meet you in New Zealand. I give you my word. I don't know which city you're going. It does not matter. I would like to, come and say hi. I've sometimes gotten into my car and driven to a city like Napier, even if there was just one AGV student. I went and took him out for dinner, sat down and had a bit of a chat. Yeah, I'd be delighted to meet you as well, Madhuri. And thank you so much for your feedback. Bon voyage. Have a good trip to New Zealand and safe journey. And we will see you here. All right, cool. Ramya Sri. Uh, okay. And I think she says, can you guide on partner of student work visa? I have got the unconditional offer for doing masters in IoT. I have taken bank loan and my husband is my sponsor. Are there any chances his visa can be rejected? Ramya, you have not mentioned if you're working with AJV. I'm also checking to see if my team has given any background about. Okay, my team just tells me that you're actually not an AJV client, Ramya. So I will not be able to share a lot of information, but I must caution you a little bit and warn you a little bit that a lot of agencies in India who do the student visa will tell you that they can also help you with your spouse work visa. If they do not have a license, it might jeopardize the entire application for you, because the Immigration Department of New Zealand is very strict about non-student visas being lodged only by licensed advisors or the clients themselves. Okay, and for the clients themselves to do it is not such an easy process, because immigration processes are legal processes, so they require a little bit of finesse, they require a little bit of understanding of the process, and that's the reason there are professionals like myself and some of my other colleagues who are all licensed advisors. So you've got to be careful about choosing who you're gonna lodge it through. So if it's the agency who did your student visa says we can do your husband's work visa as well, please check with them if they have a licensed advisor. If they do not have a licensed advisor, do not take the risk, because Immigration New Zealand has trained its officers to catch hold of people like that who are doing something illegal, and you guys will suffer in the process. So you got to be a bit careful. But because you've shared your number, I'll also ask my senior colleague Mary, who is also a licensed advisor, to connect with you on WhatsApp and see if we can help you with it. All right, cool. Kalpana says, thank you so much. So you're welcome, Kalpana. I did promise today that I'm going to start the session by answering a question. So I did. We are people of our promises. Right. Hello, sir. As PG Diploma, Vibhuti Aniket Save asked me a question, but Vibhuti has not shared. Hey, Ramya, before I move on, I think if you could also call my colleague Annie, who is based in India, and she assists the licensed immigration advisors team to, gather all the information regarding partner cases. We will absolutely be delighted to work with you and help your husband to get his partner work visa. I don't want to sound immodest, but we have not lost a single partner work visa so far that we have filed. There's myself, there is Mary, and there is Gisela. We are the three licensed advisors in the company, and one more of our colleagues called Tulika is also in the process of completing her course, and hopefully will also get her license shortly in this year. So yeah, we are a good solid team of people, and like I told you at the start of the session, we also have a lot of other ex-immigration officers of a lot of seniority. So between all of us, we have a wealth of knowledge and information to help the situations like this. All right, cool. Vibhuti has asked me a question, not shared a number, so I'm just moving on. Naga Guduru asks, what are opportunities for uh, infection risk management program? And I have an update from my team, Naga, that your offer for GD in medical laboratory, technology is pending from ARA, and that in the meantime you have received an offer from risk management, infection risk management from Toy Ohomoy, and for you to be able to qualify for the course at ARA, you will have to rewrite your IELTS. And I think that's very good suggestion from my team because quite frankly, if you are able to rewrite your IELTS, then you'll have both the options. You will have the option of getting an offer from ARA for the medical laboratory technician course, as well as have the backup or the second choice of having the infection risk management from Toy or Homai. Both are good courses, and I believe I kind of vaguely remember that I think I must have interacted already with you and given some information before as well. But I remember you having some kind of a science background, so it's a good logical progression for you. And yeah, infection risk management would have equally good opportunities as the medical laboratory technician course. They're both very closely related actually. So even after you complete your infection risk management program, and if you do actually get position in a medical laboratory, I think you would still be considered to have so what is known as a relevant job, and you should be able to progress. So I think it's a good course choice. If you're not willing to write your IELTS again and you don't want to take a shot at the ARA GD in medical laboratory technology, then yeah, just stick to the infection risk management program from Toy Ohomai because you obviously have a back. I remember your question because I think last time as well you asked me, and I think you already have a background in medical laboratory technology. So it's a good one to consider because you already have a background in medical laboratory technology, and so it might be a good idea for you to add infection risk management as an extra bit of layer of knowledge, and then you'll have the options of getting into either a lab technology or into a food industry where you're looking at managing the infection risk because even the food industry has infection risk issues as well. All right, cool. Next question, and I have a question which my team has flagged to me. It says, Arun, you missed this question. So these guys are really on to me. Okay, they kind of make sure that I answer each and every question of their clients. Okay, the question is from Rayvant Kabi. It says, hello, sir. I'm Rayvant, AJV client. I got an offer letter in operational and production management in Wintech. My concern is that I've gone through the skill shortage list. It doesn't show anything regarding to management courses. So will it affect my career opportunities and later on my PR points? All right. Revan, first and foremost, thank you so much for becoming an AJV client. Much appreciated. You are a smart guy. You know to choose the best. So thanks for that. If you're coming to Wintech to study in Hamilton, I have a serious question to ask you. I hope you play cricket because I'm planning to start an AJV cricket team and I hope you can come and join my team. All right, okay. Jokes apart, hey, look, every course in New Zealand will not be in the long-term skill shortage list. Every position or occupation will not be in the long-term skill shortage list. That does not mean that there is no scope for these courses or for those occupations. In fact, I think today, if somebody does an analysis of all the international students coming into New Zealand, I think almost 40% would be coming for courses in business, and there is absolutely nothing in business which is included in the long-term skill shortage list, except for one position called procurement manager, which comes under supply chain and logistics management kind of area. So it's not like pure business, like a sales manager or those kinds of things. So, but that does not mean that people who are studying in a non LTSSL or long-term skill shortage list course are not able to find opportunities. They are finding very good opportunities. In fact, a lot of our business students who have come to New Zealand have found very. In fact, week before last, one of my students called Tasneem, who came into the course in business management, found herself a good job, and in the recruitment industry, and then we went on and helped her to apply for her residency, and she got her residency now. So do not be, constrained by thinking, oh, my course is not listed in the long-term skill shortage list. It does not matter. It is not whether it is there in the long-term skill shortage list. It is whether it is a good course from a good institution in a good city, and are there adequate opportunities for it after you complete your course. And the fact of the matter is that there are opportunities in New Zealand in practically every particular field. For instance, of quite a few of our students who have come to New Zealand and done a course in business have gone on to join the retail sector. Somebody is working in a fashion store, somebody is working for a telephone company in the retail sector. So absolutely. So do not, kind of think you're somehow a lesser person or your course is lesser because it's not in the long-term skill shortage list. Is the wrong way of looking at it. Yes, there is something called a long-term skill shortage list, which means that there is a clearly identified need of those people in the country, but it does not mean that there is no need for other people in the country. I would suggest you go to seek.co.nz, which is our biggest and largest jobs website in New Zealand, and you will see, if you search, you will see there are courses for everything, sorry, jobs for every possible occupation and subject area. So do not constrain yourself. In fact, I've made a, video and put it up on my YouTube channel, which talks about why it's all right for you to choose courses which are not in the long-term skill shortage list, because it is absolutely not a bad factor or something that's going to hold you back in your aspirations. No, you're coming to a good institution, you're coming to Wintech, you're coming to Hamilton, you're doing a good course. Yeah, I think overall you should be able to do quite well. All right, so don't worry about it. All right, next question. Man, this is hard work, guys. Okay, I should not trip because I quite enjoy doing this, to be honest. It's just a little tough on the throat. Okay, Sid Alankar asked a question, but no number, so I will skip that. Guys, if you notice, I'm not being a bad person, but I am skipping those questions which do not have a number, because it doesn't make sense for me to sit here and share my knowledge and my experience when we don't even know how to contact you after we're done with this interaction. So it's got to be a give and take, guys. I'll give you my information. You will have to give us your number so that we can get in touch with you and talk to you. And yeah, hopefully we will all meet in New Zealand. If we don't meet, it doesn't matter. But at the very least, it'll be awesome if we can share your number with us. I think that's the least courtesy you can extend to me and my team, because we come on online week after week and share a lot of good information with all of you. So please be kind to us, people. Share your number so that we can, or if you want to pick up the phone and talk to us, that's what you can do. You can give a call on any one of those numbers. We've set up a toll-free number in India. If you're not in India, you could just send us an email. If you're already in New Zealand and you want more advice about work visas and resident visas, get in touch with Mary at the bottom there. Or if you're a student who has already applied to some other agency in India and you're wanting to get your spouse, also get in touch with Mary. She's available on WhatsApp, by the way. So yeah, just ping her and we will tell you how you can take it forward from there. All right, cool. Okay, Sai Nilesh Reddy. I am a BA graduate in mechanical with 2 years of experience with IL 6.5 and 5.5 in one band. Is graduate diploma good for me or masters for a career in New Zealand? All right, Sai, good background. BA graduate in mechanical is good, and you also have 2 years of work experience, so which is also very good. So you have a 6.5, and so let me see what you can get with the 6.5. With a 6.5, you could potentially get into a PG diploma, but you are falling short of zero point 0.5 because you have a 5.5 in something. And to be able to get into a level 8 PG diploma or into a master's, you will necessarily need to have a 6.5 with no score less than 6 in all the bands. So that is the requirement. That is the New Zealand qualifications authority requirement, or the NZQA requirement, which all institutions have to adhere to. So, it is very important that you need to either write it again and get it into that zone where you can go for a PG diploma or a master's. Or if you say, no, I'm not interested to write my IELTS again, I want to see what I can do with my current score, which is 6.5 with, one band 5.5, then absolutely. I mean, you can consider doing a graduate diploma related to your field, which is mechanical, and get into a graduate diploma, and ideally do it outside Auckland so that you get a 2 years post-study work visa. So that would be my recommendation to you. Now, either write your IELTS again and try and get a 6 in each band and an overall of 6.5, so that you can get into a level 8 PG diploma or a level 9 masters, which obviously, kind of makes it a little better as a platform for you to seek future career. Or if you say, no, I'm not interested, I would like to continue with what IELTS I already have, then yeah, talk to my team, and we'll put you into a graduate diploma outside Auckland so that you have a 2 year post-study work visa. And 2 years is a long enough time aside for you to find a relevant job and move into a related job, and move into the resident application kind of a pathway. And if you're coming to New Zealand as an AGB student, of course we are always there, practically 24/7, guys. You can pick up the phone and talk to us, and we'll be happy to talk to you and guide you at each and every step. But obviously we are particular about helping our students first. So yeah, that's the way to look at it. But the GD outside Auckland is as good. You will, of course, not get that one extra year of post-study work visa, but what you can do in 3 years, you can as well do it in 2 years. So if you're a good, confident guy, and the fact because you have 2 years work experience, I think you should consider doing a GD, because you already come with some amount of confidence, because you've already been in the workforce and you're not a rookie young engineer. All right, cool. Shankar RC Shankar says, "Hi sir, I'm EGB client. I have received uh, my AIP with FTS. Thank you so much for your because of answering all the questions, and my heartfelt special thanks to Anne ma'am. One question: how does FTS can help me in New Zealand?" All right, good questions, Shankar. And first and foremost, many congratulations. Well done for getting your approval in principle, and we hope to see you here in New Zealand very soon. And I'm glad you acknowledged the work of Anne, who worked with you on your application. She's a fantastic colleague to have on the team. And this month, we also gave her a pat on the back as a team, and we gave her something called the Above and Beyond Award, which we present to some of our team members every month. And so this month, Anne was one of the recipients of that. And thanks to feedback like this from people like yourself, and that's the reason Anne was recognized for her work. So yeah, absolutely. As regard FTS is a process, or it's a mechanism created by Immigration New Zealand along with ANZ Bank, where you transfer your living expenses before you come to New Zealand into that account. And I think the benefit of having an FTS is that you will never be out of money in New Zealand, because you're transferring all the money into New Zealand beforehand. And according to the FTS program, you will not be able to withdraw that whole amount out of your bank account, and it is drip fed to you month after month, which means you will never be out of pocket money or living expenses in New Zealand. So it is a good advantage, and every month you can withdraw a certain amount out of that and take care of your living expenses and so on and so forth. But if you come here and you find yourself a part-time job, and you're earning money, then you don't have to withdraw that money from the FTS. So that can remain as your savings, and what you're earning from your part-time work can go towards sustaining your living expenses and stuff like that. So good advantage. Many congratulations, Shankar, and hope to see you here in New Zealand very soon. Okay, cool. Right. My team is telling me that I'm skipping a few questions. Uh, so I'm going to quickly go back. Also, my team gave a very good suggestion to who was that? That was Sai, who says he got 5.5 and he is now probably looking. So my team gave a very good suggestion, saying that we could possibly also look at doing an English course as a pathway, and still get you into your postgraduate diploma level 8. So that's also something to consider as well, Sai. So wait for a call from our team and have this discussion. And yeah, absolutely, we will take it forward from there. And good suggestion, team. Thank you for that feedback and that suggestion. Sometimes it skips my mind because I'm in this live situation, but I really appreciate all you guys supporting me. Okay, apparently I'm missing a few questions. Um, says, hi Peregrine. Hi there, I'm a client of, it's from somebody called Peregrine, and it says, hi there, I'm a client of AJV. My question is, if I successfully obtained the post-study work visa for 2 years and use it for its entire duration, am I allowed to apply another type of visa like essential skills or SMC if I secured a permanent job in New Zealand? Thank you. Hey Peregrine, absolutely. You know, if you're using your entire duration of your post-study work visa, well, it is absolutely necessary and compulsory that you need to be able to find a job to then apply for a further essential skills work visa or a resident visa, because both these categories of visa, the essential skills work visa and the resident visa, are directly linked to you having a job in, as against the post-study work visa, where you do not require to have a job in hand. It is called an open work visa, where you can go and do whatever kind of work. But an essential skills work visa and a resident visa are directly linked to having skilled employment in New Zealand. So yeah, you could technically, work through all your 2 years of post-study work visa, but before you complete those 24 months, you will have to ensure that you are getting a relevant job to the course you have completed. And depending on the salary scale of what you get, we can then either go and apply for an essential skills work visa, or we can go ahead and apply for a direct resident visa as well. So that's how it happens. So your post study work visa, and then when you get that skilled employment in New Zealand, it can then split up and become an essential skills work visa or resident visa, depending on the level of salary you get and how relevant that job is to your course, to the course you've completed. All right. Hope that answers that. Peregrine. And then there is a question from Ankit Vagila, who is also one of our clients. So I'm going to kind of read this out of turn and answer that question. He says, Ankit says, my profile is very much similar to that of Kalpana. I have an offer letter of PGD IT from Viteria, and I also am a senior business development executive in IT industry for the USA, leading a team of 6 executives. Thank you, Arun. Your response helps as well. Do you believe INZ will start processing visa applications much quicker going forward as previous backlog is getting cleared? We launched my application last week. Hey, Ankit, thank you so much for writing. And I kind of see your name sounds familiar because I think you keep popping up onto our group and onto our page and probably even on my personal FB feed. But yeah, absolutely. A very similar answer as I've given to Kalpana about your background, because like I said, come to an IT course here, and even if you're going to be a tech commercial person, the fact is, if you do a good technical course, and it's not something, it's not Greek and Latin, because you guys already come from a technical background, so it's very cool. And who knows, you might, the desire to be a programmer might come back into your heart again, and I know programmers earn really well, so why not? So yeah, very good. And going on to your next question, well, INZ start processing applications faster. We hope, fingers crossed. But they have been going through a bit of reorganization, and I'm sure you guys, have also seen the news articles we have been sharing, saying that there are a lot of delays. And now that we have a senior person from INZ who's joined our team, we are also able to understand that there are particular ways that they, sometimes there are particular regions from India which are kind of scrutinized a bit more, those applications, because of which sometimes there's a delay. But from our side, we're putting in all the efforts from our side. We are opening up those lines of communication with INZ and telling them, guys, we are with you. We are not working against you. Team AJV is going to work with the same ethos and integrity as all the visa officers who work for Immigration New Zealand. And we're kind of trying to send that message across to the senior officers in INZ as well. So hopefully, I'm sure now they will start coming out with decisions faster. But they're a good organization. I have been working with them for the last 15 years, and overall, I have a lot of respect for this organization, and we intend to work with them and not against them. And I'm sure they will recognize our contribution as well, because eventually we are the same team, so we will not pull in different directions. All right. Thanks, Ankit, for choosing AJV. Much appreciated. And really, we are who we are because of students like you, and trust you place in us. So yeah. Hey, look, we will walk with you. Don't worry about it. All right. Cool. Okay. Whew. Okay. Iram Shazadi. Nice name. Like it, Shazadi. Sounds very cool. Sounds very posh. Okay. Hello, sir. Number is given. Thank you for sharing a number. IT profession, 8 years experience, but got 3 rejections already in study visa. Hubby MS from KTH Sweden in civil. Please suggest who will go. All right. Okay, Iram, I got a bit of a background information about you from my team. Okay, I'm just reading through it. It says your husband, did a master's in structural engineering from Sweden. Um, and the suggestions given by our team is that you could consider a graduate diploma in civil construction. Um, but okay, so I think yours is a very interesting situation, Aaron, because you obviously want to come together to New Zealand. I'm thinking. So if you want to come to New Zealand, and irrespective of who chooses to be the student and who is accompanying as a spouse, the fact of the matter is that you've got to do at least a level 9 master's or a level 10 PhD for the spouse to accompany on a work visa. If you are not coming on a level 9 or a level 10, and if you're coming, let's say, for a level 8 or some other level 7, the spouse can still come, but it will not be on a work visa. So that's my first response to you. Second response, who wants to study? I don't know. I mean, it depends on what your dynamics as a couple are. But by and large, I think my simple top level advice would be, who has got better chance? If you have been an IT professional and you have 8 years of work experience, and if you're still actively involved and you're right up to speed with your IT knowledge and your skills, then I think you would probably have a very good chance of finding employment here in New Zealand. So in that scenario, your husband can come for a master's, and you can come as the dependent work visa holder, or there is an equally good opportunity in the construction field as well. And because your husband has done something in structural engineering from Sweden, which I'm sure that qualification would be recognized here in New Zealand, because Sweden is a developed European nation. So I think there will be a recognition of that kind of. So both of you are in very good places, or fields rather. And so, hey, look, it's for you both to take a call who wants to go back to studies, because studies is not for everybody. Some have an aptitude for studies, some do not have. So whoever has got a higher aptitude for studies, you go for the studies, and the other one can join. And my team also gives feedback, around that you guys have not been responding or to our team when they're trying to get in touch with you for almost 2 weeks now. So I request you today, because you're listening to me, please give us the courtesy of responding to these, phone calls or other modes of communication from my team. And yeah, that's the way we can create a solution for you. If you don't talk to us, we cannot create a solution for you. So please, answer those calls or get in touch with my team, and we will take it forward from there. All right, cool. Litesh Mulya. Litesh says, sir, I need a Skype call with you before coming. Already took offer from SIT from your team. I wish, Litesh, that I could answer everybody for Skype calls, but you know what? Maybe I'll pick up the phone and give you a call. And if you're an AJV client, I don't mind. I'll pick up a phone and say hi to you. All right, cool. Onil Pandit, my friend and latest resident of New Zealand, says, hi, Arun, I would love to join AJV Cricket Club for sure. Bring it on, Oni. Let's make this cricket team the best cricket team in New Zealand. But I'm actually serious about it. I don't mind putting some money and buying a nice big kit for all of us, and maybe get a nice big van with AJV logo on it, and we can all wear our whites and travel from city to city and play some cricket and come back. Provided my team first lets me go and play some cricket. These guys make me sit at this table day in and day out, and I'm hoping and hoping they will one day look at me and say, you know what, you're done with your work in this company. You get out and make your movies or go play cricket so that I can, and we will run this company for you. But hey, look, we will definitely try and do some fun activities. Okay, where are we? Uh, Next question, Abhishek Bedi. Share his number. Thanks, Abhishek. Hi, Jacob. What about Master of Analytics, Wellington? How do you rate? Good. Analytics is the new buzzword in information technology. We are all reaching a stage in human history where I think every second we must be generating so much of data, and with so much of information and data, analytics is going to play such a key role in understanding how to find the intelligence from within this data. So absolutely a good choice to choose Abhishek, because I think analytics is going to have a really, really bright future. And like I said, um, also because New Zealand has identified information technology as one of our long-term skill shortage areas, as well as an identified future growth area. I think it's a good choice to make. Thanks for sharing your number. Our team will get in touch with you, and we will suggest some courses, not just in Wellington, but across the board. We have a beautiful IT school in University of Waikato, which is about 20 minutes in that direction where I'm sitting right now. So yeah, we'll put some options in front of you. So don't relegate yourself to one city or one university. Look at all the different options and then take a call on it. All right. Okay, Litesh is back after I come a bit chatted for. Litesh says his dream is to live and work in Hamilton. So please help me with some references. Absolutely, Litesh. If you're gonna come to New Zealand as an AGB student, our support is there with you always. And if you're going to Invercargill, we will also connect you to some of our existing clients there, and we will definitely support you. And I will drop in and say hi to you in Invercargill. I quite like that city, to be honest. So yeah. Okay, I my team is saying again. I've skipped some questions, and Nazar Ahmed is what is the procedure for PhD in New Zealand? Is a question from Nazar Ahmed. I can't see it here, but I'm sure it's somewhere. But my team has pinged it to me on Skype. And well, how am I doing on time, team? Am I still there, or am I kind of done? Okay, well, I'll answer this question anyway. Hey, Nizar, the process for a PhD obviously is a little different as compared to applying for some of the lower level courses. So first and foremost, you need to have a clear idea about what is it that you want to do research on, because essentially with PhD, it is essentially almost self-driven research under the aegis of a supervisor. So you'll have to find a supervisor first. To find that supervisor first, to have a good proposal. So all these things are something that you need to consider. I have made a good video on the benefits of studying a PhD in New Zealand on my YouTube channel. Please go back to my YouTube channel and search for PhD, and you should be able to look at it. And yeah, we will take it from there. And I think your follow-up question is, will a PhD will make you eligible for immigration later? Yes, if you do a 2 years master's or a PhD in New Zealand, and if you also end up getting 160 points through an accumulation of all your age, experience, spouse qualifications, so on and so forth, you would also be able to apply for residency after you complete your PhD. So definitely good prospects for PhD. But please check my video on PhD, and also connect with our team, and we will take it forward from there. All right. Okay. Okay, Uttam Nirola asks, Hi, I completed my level 5, but I didn't get IELTS score, so I applied visitor's visa and got till July 14. My intake will start from April 22nd if I get score on IELTS. Can I join college after I applied my student visa or not? Uttam, honestly, your question is not very clear. I think what you need to do is you need to have a good discussion with one of our colleagues, with my colleague Mary. So just call her on that number at the bottom because you're already in New Zealand. That number at the bottom, which says 0226052615. So give Mary a call and discuss your situation because sometimes it is a little how do I put it, tricky when you're already onshore and you're on a visitor visa and then you're applying for a student visa. And then sometimes the immigration wants to know whether you're using the same funds or use the first. So it can get a little tricky. So my recommendation is just call Mary and have a discussion with her, and she will be the best one to take it forward from there. All right. Okay, there is a question from Andrew Storms, and my colleague Sai is absolutely insisting I have to answer his question, and he says, "Please answer my client." Okay, all right, Sai, I get the message. So Andrew Storms asks, I'm an AJB client. Can you tell me your opinion about travel and tourism, 2-year diploma in Toi Ohomoy, and job opportunity leading to PR? My visa is filing day after tomorrow. Hey, Andrews and Toms, I don't know if that's your real name, but it's a good name. Thank you first and foremost for choosing AJB. Much appreciated. Are you doing the right thing by choosing travel and tourism in New Zealand? Absolutely. New Zealand is a country that practically, exists because of the sheer number of tourists we get into this country year on year, and it is our largest um, industry at the moment. So definitely a good choice because we cannot sustain such a large influx of tourists and travelers into the country unless and until we have enough professionals to cater to their needs. And increasingly there is a shortage of people in this industry as well. So definitely a good choice for you to choose this particular course. And Toyo Homai, as I already said during the course of this interaction today, is owned and operated by the government of New Zealand. So no problems about the quality or the credibility of that institution, definitely. And yeah, there will be good opportunities, jobs, and once you finish your course and get a relevant job, which will take you to that next stage called applying for residency, which in turn will eventually lead to your permanent residency. So I think overall, it is a good course choice for you, good institution choice for you. And you're also coming to New Zealand through AJV, which means we will continue to provide a bit of our support here after you reach New Zealand. Yeah, all things put together, and with your own talent and your own initiative and your own determination, I'm sure you'll get to where you have to go. All right, cool. So as is my norm, there we go. End of the session. All right. So thank you very much as always. Week after week, you people come in here, and even after an hour, there are still, I think, 25 people still watching it on Facebook. I think there might be some watching it on YouTube as well. But yeah, hey, you know what, guys? It's an absolute delight and pleasure to come online and share my knowledge and information about New Zealand and the beautiful country, and we want a lot of good skilled migrants, and some of you will address our workforce first coming in as an international student, and where you take advice from people like us, we will ensure that we are walking with you on this journey and make it a nice happy place for all of us. Thank you very much. Good night. Kakite ano, which is see you later in Maori. Till the next time. Bye bye.